Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Yesterday, Ndindi Nyoro dropped a bombshell on William Ruto when he insinuated that himself or even Rigathi Gachagua cannot access William Ruto directly unless approved by Faruk Kibet. And that's an issue that has really been generating a lot of heated political debate since yesterday. And various mainstream media have also reported those utterances by Ndindi Nyoro. The Star Kenya. Gachagua can't see Ruto without Faruk's approval. Ndindi Nyoro. In this video, I want us to dig deep into that story to see the games being played here and why William Ruto is deliberately blocking Rigathi Gachagua or any other Mount Kenya leader from accessing him directly. Before we do that, I want us to have a look at a photo here that one of our fans here sent to me. From that photo there, you are seeing Sonko and Rigathi Gachagua, and then on the other side, you are seeing Ndindi Nyoro and Narok Governor Patrick Olentutu, and then you are seeing Faruk Kibet there sitting at the center. And even from that sitting arrangement, you can see clearly that Faruk Kibet is the boss here. Let's dig deep into this story to see the games being played here and why William Ruto is deliberately blocking Rigathi Gachagua or any other Mount Kenya leader from accessing him directly. Before we do that, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. The mere fact that Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, cannot access William Ruto directly is very deliberate and a well-calculated political move by William Samoei Ruto. And he's doing that purposefully because of 2027 elections. Ruto is blocking Rigathi Gachagua because he does not want to create power around Rigathi Gachagua. You know, power attracts. If he gives Rigathi Gachagua a direct access to him, then politicians can coalesce around Rigathi Gachagua, in that they will see Rigathi Gachagua as being close to power. So they'll coalesce around Rigathi Gachagua. And you know that's exactly what William Ruto did to Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto understands the political consequences of power being concentrated around Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto is just trying to avoid that. And by avoiding that, he now puts in between Faruk Kibet, so that any person who wants to engage with him does not necessarily need to engage with Rigathi Gachagua. That person can engage with him through Faruk Kibet. So instead of maybe some of these politicians looking for Rigathi Gachagua to negotiate on their behalf with William Ruto, they will rather look for Faruk Kibet. Because Faruk Kibet has direct access to William Ruto, as opposed to Rigathi Gachagua, who will go begging Faruk Kibet to allow him see the president. So Ruto is doing that deliberately, not to create power around Rigathi Gachagua. Because if he creates power around Rigathi Gachagua, he knows that maybe Rigathi can pull a surprise on him. Ruto just feels what he did to Uhuru Kenyatta. He fears Rigathi can do that on him. That's why he's not creating power around Rigathi Gachagua. And then the second reason, William Ruto believes Rigathi Gachagua and all these mountain leaders are very weak leaders who just hanged onto his coat for their relevance in elections on the mountain. So William Ruto sees no capital or no need of giving these politicians premium while they themselves hanged on his coat. That's what I'm seeing here. William Ruto actually has a very low opinion of these politicians. But what William Ruto should and must know is that a politician always starts from somewhere. For those who are actively following politics, in the year 2007, William Ruto was not very strong in the Kalenjin Rift Valley. In fact, the Kalenjin nation in 2007, even before William Ruto made up his mind to support Raila Odinga, the Kalenjin nation were already tilting towards Raila Odinga. And that's exactly what forced William Ruto now to play ball and to throw his weight behind Raila Odinga. Those who are following politics keenly in 2007 can attest to that. So upon William Ruto throwing his weight behind Raila Odinga in 2007, because of the ground was already warming towards Raila Odinga, immediately after the elections, William Ruto started laying demands after demands. First of all, he wanted Raila to remove Musalia Mudavadi as the deputy party leader of ODM. He wanted to replace Musalia Mudavadi. So he started laying demands after demands. And then came the Mao eviction issue. So William Ruto used that occasion very well to actually sow anti-Raila sentiments in the Kalenjin nation. And eventually, because our politics is largely ethnic, the Kalenjin nation eventually dumped Raila Odinga for him. What William Ruto should know and must understand is that Rigathi Gachagua can also pull a similar stint, somehow a similar strategy on him here, in that Rigathi Gachagua can start rebelling bit by bit, slow by slow. But I'm seeing a reluctant Rigathi Gachagua who is actually wasting opportunities here. In fact, if you look at so far, the way William Ruto's government has been behaving, the first thing William Ruto did was to transfer the port from Naivasha to Mombasa. Rigathi Gachagua missed that opportunity. At least he ought to have made a little bit of a noise. Even though if not an open rebellion, he ought to have at least made some noise on that issue alone. The cost of living is actually skyrocketing. When William Ruto was campaigning, he was telling the hustlers, more so the mountain people, that he was actually going to form a government with them. What is currently happening is that William Ruto is creating positions for the dynasties. The people he was calling the dynasties. But if you look on how he's handling the hustlers, actually his directives so far, in about the 1 month he has been in office, all his directives have just been hurting and injuring the common man, the hustlers, the Mamboga. So Rigathi Gachagua is actually letting these opportunities go. These were the opportunities, in my honest opinion, Rigathi Gachagua could have used to maybe start in building his political brand. If he continues playing a yes sir kind of a politician, then I'm seeing a very high possibility where William Ruto is going to render Rigathi Gachagua irrelevant by 2027. And that seems to be William Ruto's game plan here. He's trying to do all he can to make sure Rigathi Gachagua becomes very irrelevant as early as possible. As early as possible. And he's also doing that by propping in some other leaders, the likes of Ndindi Nyoro. But in the actual sense, Ndindi Nyoro again is just used for, William Ruto is just using Ndindi Nyoro again for PR. In the public domain, William Ruto is trying to create a perception that, Ndindi Nyoro is a possible mountain kingpin. But if you look at it keenly, even that Ndindi Nyoro is not very close to him. Ndindi Nyoro has to get the permission of Farouk Kibet to gain access to him. So Ruto actually is using Ndindi Nyoro to confuse the mountain, and I did explain that in our yesterday video. So I'm seeing a very clever William Ruto here, who is deliberately trying to block Rigathi Gachagua not to access him. And then he's doing that not to create power around Rigathi Gachagua. Because if he does that, if he creates that power around Rigathi Gachagua, then Gachagua is going to come automatically as the mountain kingpin. And that is going to augur very negatively for William Ruto in 2027. And then he's also using the likes of these other Ndindinyoro, these other leaders, to cheat the masses that maybe Ndindinyoro is also a possible kingpin. These are just meant to confuse the mountain, not to come up with one single leader, with one kingpin. William Ruto wants himself to still remain the kingpin and be calling shots on the mountain. That's exactly the games being played here. So Farouk Kibet, in my honest opinion, is somebody just placed there deliberately by William Ruto to make sure he tempts the political careers of these mountain leaders. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop it there. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to have a chat and discussion with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.